We are going to vote in a short period of time on this GMO legislation. I have a lengthy statement that I will put in the record about my position, but I want to ask unanimous consent to include several articles in the record at this point. The first—
Without objection.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. The first is an August 20th, 2015 article from the New England Journal of Medicine entitled GMOs, Herbicides, and Public Health. It makes the point very directly. There has been no credible scientific evidence that GMO foods pose any danger to consumers who consume them. But there is a credible concern about the use of chemicals in the production of these GMO products and how they are being larded on these fields and creating real concern about that ultimate impact on public health about these agricultural chemicals and the runoff. The second article that I ask unanimous consent to include is from the Campbell Soup Company. I ask consent that it be included.
Without objection.
Campbell Soup Company has decided they're going to face this issue squarely, honestly, and waste no time. It's a company that I trust. I can't imagine how many cans of Campbell soup we've consumed in my household throughout my life. They said it's time to be honest with consumers. We will tell them. We will tell them point blank on the label so they can read it whether or not there are GMO products contained in the soup. Then they can make the decision as to whether they want to buy it. I wish that were the outcome of this entire debate, but it's not. The third point I want to make is it is mindless for us to allow individual states like Vermont to decide the labeling standards for national companies. It makes no sense. We cannot allow it to occur. The last point I'll make is this. One of the provisions in this bill I think is embarrassing, and it's a provision which I cannot support. We give three options to food companies when it comes to labeling for GMOs. Either declare right on the label, just like Campbell Soup, GMO, non-GMO products included. Secondly, use a symbol created by the Department of Agriculture, which we can educate the public on, that can really signal as to whether or not this product has GMO products or not. And the third is the one that troubles me. It is something called a YRL or URL. I may have that designation wrong, but it's that kind of scrambled screen that you see that you can't read, that some computers can read. And what they want to do, these food companies, is not tell you as a consumer whether it has GMOs or not. They want you to hold your cell phone as you go through the grocery store up to that box of macaroni and cheese to see if it has GMO in it or not by reading all that's written on your cell phone. That is a bad joke. I just went shopping with my two 4.5-year-old grandkids. I cannot imagine walking through that store trying to keep them from rating different displays and using my cell phone on box after box of macaroni and cheese. That, to me, is the secret decoder ring approach to this, and I think it's an embarrassment to consumers to ask them to go through that. So I'll be voting in opposition to the GMO bill when it comes before us later in the day. I yield the floor.